December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday. On this Monday, man, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional try hauls, and y'all know this is Music Monday, where we just take a little break from sneakers, man. Let's talk a little bit of music, you know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I do cover like all forms. You know what I'm saying? We got the hip hop section for sure. But of course, tonight's topic, I want to get on that. I'm going to be going over 3 major topics. Of course, we're going to be talking Diddy. You already know that. Chris Brown has been arrested in the UK and has been denied bail. So I want to cover that too. Probably we'll start there. And then Tory Lanez. Apparently, right? And I want to say this happened last week, bro. He was stabbed up 14 times in prison, but he's okay. And looks like they're trying to get, he is pretty much trying to get out of the situation. I ain't gonna say get out of the situation, but he wants to either be retrialed and or there's new evidence that's been brought up to the case as well, where it's like, hey, this pretty much shows that he did not do it. A lot of questions in that case that I feel like was, even though we saw it go to trial, a lot of open, like, still leaves a lot of questions. Nothing was fully answered, and I feel like, and I don't know what happened, right? So this whole alive and legend and opinionated base, but it feels like to me there's more to the story, right? I don't know, because everybody in that situation, all 3/4 people have been caught in some form of a lie. The bodyguard said he didn't want to talk. Now he wants to talk. You know what I'm saying? Kelsey didn't, like, pretty much she asked for full immunity, this and the third, for whatever reason. Right? And then we got Meg Thee Stallion, who's been caught in lying. Tory has been finding little lies here and there, but I will say out of everybody, he seems to be the one that has been the most truthful without saying much too. You know, he speaks through the music, and I mean, if he lives by the, I hate to have this code, but you know, where pretty much, man, you don't say nothing. You just, you work with the cards that you were dealt. You know what I'm saying? I will say this, I'm going to give him credit where credit is due. I don't know who did what, but he's just been working for his freedom, man. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? If he really feel like deep down he didn't do nothing, but not his job to tell who did it. Maybe that's where his thought process is. But we'll be talking those three topics tonight, man. A lot of new information coming out about the Diddy case, including Don Richards look like she has testified. Of course, Boosie's got his 2 cents. So we're gonna save that probably like the last 30 minutes of the live. I'll cover that. So whole situation is wild just in general. But sign up for that sold out Discord, man. If I didn't say that in the beginning, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's free to sign up, where of course we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, which I'm glad to see the Knicks have moved forward. So I'm very looking forward to that game on Wednesday. But yeah, we got a sports section, a food section, you name it. Upcoming sneaker releases for sure. If I don't put the content out in time, it's most likely already in the Discord with the information. We work together as a team over there, and it is free to sign up. Just want to throw that out there. So let me test the chat real quick before I dive into this party, because these tend to go quicker than what I really anticipated, and this one got a lot of information, and I want to get as much information out about the Diddy stuff as possible, because pretty much trial, we're going on, what, the second week now? Been very interesting. So we're just now going on 2 weeks when this all went down, man. Let's see. Look like we have No Hype in the building with the salute. Says, what up, No Hype? Salute back, homie. Long Beach Joe Jets in the building says, salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. Manny with the kick says, yerp. What up, Manny? What up? What up? No Hype says, shit's wild. It is definitely wild times, man. And more cases come out each and every day too, but definitely some wild times, especially for just the hip hop community, man. I feel like we broke the mold, and now things are just coming out that either have been going on for a long time, and a lot of people have like turned their back to it, right? And this is my thing with the whole situation. Not to bring him in this, but I guess he got to catch a stray real quick, and I can't help but think of like R. Kelly, man, because that man also is locked up. And my thing is this: I'm not saying the stuff that they have said about him, I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, right, and he's guilty like they claim he is, shouldn't there be a lot more people? Like, no disrespect, ain't no one man could do all that by himself. You're outnumbered, dog. He's outnumbered. So that one also has questions too. Like, there's more to that story that I feel like Kells didn't really get to say much, and I don't know. It was interesting. I'm not saying that what he did wasn't disgusting, because it is, but I just feel like he should have a lot more company, you know? If it's true, but I don't know. Let's see. Men on the Kick says, YCB mugshot look like he just realized orange is the new black. Hey, chill, bro. Chill. Slayer says, what's Gucci Gang 100? What up, Slayer? What up? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up tonight. Make sure we active in the chat. I'm going to start with the Chris Breezy situation first, which this one kind of caught everybody off guard. Ironically, he is one of the people that's been supporting Tory silently, so to speak. I mean, he's been doing his thing on the social medias, but Chris Brown is no stranger to trouble as well. And I'm not saying that he is a troublemaker. I'm just saying, like, it's one of those. Chris Brown, I feel like ever since that whole Rihanna situation, all he's been trying to do is hold his head up and just work and move past a bad situation. And I have my thoughts on that situation too. And I've always said there's always three sides to every story. Chris ain't really, he owned up to some shit, but at the same time, there's more to the story. But the reason he probably don't speak on why and what all went down that day is because they know people don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Even it still doesn't take the fact of what may have possibly may happen that he pled guilty to. I'm pretty sure, hell, I would love to hear the story, because I'm pretty sure he didn't just, whatever that situation was, it just didn't happen for no reason, or who touched who. Because if you look at her shot and his mug shot too, it looked like he got caught some strays too, dog. I'm gonna leave it right there. Slayer, No Hype says, Slayer salute. He says, no hype to Manny, salute. Appreciate that. So we're going to start with Chris Brown first, because right now he is currently locked up, and I believe he's been denied bail. So I'm going to start with that article first, and then we'll transition on to Tory, and then we'll move on to Diddy, because look like one of the Don Richards has testified in the Diddy trial, right? She, if you don't know her, she was a part of Danny Kane, to the best of my knowledge, and then whenever that group kind of got dismantled by Diddy, then she went on to work with Diddy's group called Dirty Money. It was her, Diddy, and another female, if I'm not mistaken. So I will say this. My brother used to say it all the time about Diddy, man. he's got a hustler mentality at the end of the day, man. He knows how to put he is kind of like the DJ Khaled, but actually does actually, I ain't gonna say write his raps, but he will get in the booth and recite it to the beat to the best of his ability in his shows. You know what I'm saying? Because he's dropped albums too. Where we at real quick, Manu and Kick says 85 and Joe Jets and Slayer. Salute, 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 salute. Appreciate that. So let me share my screen real quick on the Chris Brown situation. We'll go from there because I believe that should be the smaller side of the stories. Probably a lot more to it, but we're going to start there. Boom, you guys should be seeing my screen right here. Music Monday, everybody. Welcome. It says Chris Brown denied bail over assault charges. This came out May 19, 2025, or at least when this article was put out anyway, which is today. But I'm assuming this was like something that probably broke a little bit sooner than that. It says Chris Brown has been denied bail in the UK after being arrested for allegedly assaulting a man in a nightclub 2 years ago. Man, y'all got to learn, and I'm talking us, like people, when we go over to other countries, they rules versus what we go. Our rules are BS, but I'll say this. If you think about it, I don't know how many people that get bail when they get locked up when they go out the country. You can look at like A$AP Rocky. He had to get a partner. He had to work that through like President Trump or some shit, or he wasn't going to be, he could have still been over there, right? And if you think about this, Chris Brown, we got that situation. Who was that? The WNBA player, right? I can't think of her name. She went over there, got caught with the little marijuana vape joint, and they held her ass hostage, dog. You know what I'm saying? They don't play when you go in the other country. You got to follow their rules specifically and get the hell the fuck on. That's part of the reason why I don't really cross over there, because my thing with me, and I'm speaking for myself, if I can't follow the rules here, I don't know if I can make it on the other side. You know what I'm saying? They say it's much more cooler, though. And I don't got nothing against the country at all. Neither one of them, right? But I'm just saying, it's crazy. This is from 2 years ago. Chris Brown probably damn near, I ain't gonna say forgot about the situation, but kind of like out of sight, out of mind. And here he goes over there working. And boom, that's that motherfucker right there. We've been waiting on you to come back, buddy. Oh, you getting paid? Nah, not right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me read through the rest of this article real quick. It says, last week, Brown was taken into custody and charged with a grievous bodily harm with intent before appearing in court on Friday, May 16th. During the hearing, the prosecution opposed bail for Brown, which was granted by the judge as the R&B singer looked on. It was also revealed that the alleged incident was captured on CCTV and described as extremely serious by the prosecutor. Where we at real quick, man? It says Brittany Griner. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. When she went over there, she got, you know what I'm saying? She had to sit over there for a minute. Has came back and still didn't act right, for real, low key. But we ain't talking sports tonight. I'm gonna leave it alone, bro. I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, I was just using that for an example. Let's get through the rest of this. It says Brown will remain behind bars until his next hearing on June 13th and only spoke in court to confirm his name and his current address in the UK is the Lorry Hotel where he was arrested. So my thing is this, he arrested there. He might as well cancel the hotel joint and reschedule that. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I'm assuming he already had it scheduled for X amount of days, but, I mean, his next hearing ain't until June. Dog, which June 15th at that, right? It's scheduled to begin June 15th. And this is my thing. June 15th, we still in May. Granted, May closed out, next week? But I mean, like, bro, that's still, he got a whole, almost a little less than a month, but like only by a few days because the day's the 19th. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, at the time when this probably really came out, cool, come back next month. We'll figure it out. You know? I hate to see Breezy going through this because he's one of the biggest, like, he low-key has been supporting Tory, you know? We seen Drake come out and support Tory as well, you know what I'm saying? Brown is in the UK for his upcoming Breezy Bowl tour, which is scheduled to begin June 15th, just 2 days after the next hearing. It's not known how the legal proceedings will affect the tour. Brown is yet to comment on the arrest or his status of the tour. It says, it is alleged that Brown assaulted music producer Abe Dube, hope I'm saying that correctly, or Doll, at Tape Nightclub in London in 2023. The same year, Doll filed a lawsuit against the controversial R&B singer alleging Brown had inflicted severe and lasting injuries on him after beating him over the head with a bottle of tequila. God damn. Hey, I ain't never got hit over the head with a bottle, but it just sounds like it hurt. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people get hit with that joint. It's hard to bounce back. It ain't gonna, well, it don't finish you, but it's hard for you to fight back after that. And especially if you don't see it coming. Chris Brown was also accused of ruthlessly stomping on Dawes' head while he was on the ground, which resulted in him being kicked unconscious. Yo, I ain't trying to laugh, but I don't see Breezy doing all this because he too, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe one of his crew members, but they just put, I don't know. It says further accused Brown of spreading false rumors about him in the aftermath of the alleged incidents. It is not known if the lawsuit was settled between the two parties. It was reported at the time that police attempted to speak to Brown about the incident, but he left the country before he could have been questioned. That's probably where they feel some type of way. It's like, yo, we want to talk to you, but hell, this motherfucker gone and he ain't coming back. Brown previously been banned from entering the UK from his conviction for assaulting Rihanna. Oh, I didn't even know that. So he had previously been banned from entering the UK following his conviction of the assaulting of Rihanna. But then it obviously got lifted if we when it came back in 2023. It says the ban on Brand lasted over a decade before it was lifted in his former home security 2020. So it got lifted in 2020. And so, wow. And so I'm assuming he came in like at 2023, whooped some dude ass and bounced. From what they said, bounced, you know what I'm saying? At the time, the British government did not reveal their reasons for lifting the ban on Browns entering the country. Maybe they said, cool, we'll use this. So there's probably more to this story, but that's just a glimpse of what's going on with Chris Breezy. Kind of covers that. We already know he's been assaulted. I don't need to read this whole article because he has assaulted somebody allegedly in 2023. So we'll see how it goes. Pray we free Chris Brown, dog, especially over something that happened in 2023. And it was, even if it is a fight, see, this is a thing. Also, give you guys another example before we transition on to Tory and his situation, right? Okay. Long story short, you see how like that same scenario could have happened here in America with Chris Brown. He would have made bail and went right back to work, and the lawyers, he would have had to pay a pretty penny, which he's still going to do that regardless, you know, but he probably would have went on right back to work. So let's talk Tory Lanez real quick, and then we will transition on to Diddy for like the last, like, we'll say probably at like 7:40, so like the last 20 minutes. So it says Tory Lanez suffered a lungs collapse during the prison stabbing. So pretty much I have reported that, and I think we all seen it on the Discord. Tory allegedly got stabbed 14 times, dog. That's crazy. You know what sucks? It's going to really suck if it comes out. And I don't know, right? But what's going to really suck is Tory in there. And this ain't the first time some incident went down. You know what I'm saying? He gets stabbed up 14 times, survives. And if he gets granted a new case, then he comes out finding not guilty. Man, it's some lawsuits that got to go down. But I mean, you got to take each battle each and every day at one time. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very interesting, though. It says, Tory Lanez suffered incredibly serious injuries after he was stabbed 14 times in prison, dog. That like, no disrespect. And I seen the homie, they said that was supposed to do it. He's already, to the best of my knowledge, if I'm not wrong, he's already done, he's done stuff like this before in there, and he's already in there serving life. So, like, he ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't, like, I'll just keep it 100. He's not looking forward to coming home anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least Tory has a soon. If you got a single digit number, which Tory got pretty close to the double digits, but I mean, good behavior. And it seemed like, to be honest, he's the only person that keeps catching, like, you know, strays, so to speak. Man with the Kick says, free Tory Lanez. I agree, man. Retry the joint. And this is my thing, too, because apparently with the new cases, well, they're trying to get a new case that says a new evidence that show that he didn't do it. But I get it. He probably lives by the no snitching category. It's a lot of things that go into play why Tory probably didn't take the stand. And I'm assuming his previous, according to what I've seen floating around, they said his previous attorneys recommend that he not do that. So I don't know. And then a lot of times they do. You know, a lot of people, like, case in point, before we transition on to Diddy, do you think Diddy's gonna take the stand? Just a random question, right? It says Lanez was attacked by a fellow inmate at California's correctional institution with the Canadian stabbed 7 times in the back, 4 in the torso, 2 times in the back of his head, and once more on the side of his face. Wow. It says, as a result, Lanez suffered a lungs collapse and was put into a breathing machine by doctors. Dog, I don't know. I feel like I just ready to get popped, man. Cause my thing is this, like, at least you get hit a couple times. It's quick. The stabbing joint, I feel like that. The way that I just read that, I feel like he felt each and every stab of that knife, dog. That's a slow, painful way. You know what I mean? But your adrenaline's up too. I don't know, man. Sounds like it hurts. You know what I'm saying? As a result, Lanez suffered a lungs collapse and was put on a breathing machine by doctors. Despite the severity of the attack, Lanez is now breathing on his own and able to talk. He also is expected to make a full recovery. Says the prison are yet to comment on the assault or if they have identified the perpetrator. They have. Lanez is currently serving a 10-year sentence for shooting Meg Thee Stallion. According to the court filing last month, Meg's lawyers recently visited him in prison to obtain his deposition ahead of the upcoming civil trial for Meg defamation lawsuit against YouTuber Margot Grams. Hopefully I'm reading that correctly. So pretty much, and this is the latest update on Tory, and then we're going to transition here. So last little part. This is from May 15th to the best of my knowledge. So all this kind of broke kind of like simultaneously back to back, which I'm assuming they probably already had this in the plan or in the works to do this. But it says Tory Lanez lawyers claim they have evidence he didn't shoot Meg Thee Stallion. Where we at with this one, right? You know what I'm saying, everybody? I question. Do you think Tory, I'm going to say this. I've heard several scenarios. And I heard say, yeah, that motherfucker did it, this, that, and third. I've also heard that, and I don't know which is true, that apparently somebody else shot her. He was wrestling the gun from that person to prevent it, and the gun accidentally, they were gonna shoot her, and then the gun, when he went to wrestle the joint from her, whatever, she still pulled the trigger, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I wasn't there. But that's the rumor that's floating around too. He's got to get, beyond a reasonable doubt. And I feel like, to be honest, Tory had that in the first case, if I'm going to keep it real. What I've learned from all the situations, all these motherfuckers got some, like, I'm going to say this. It clearly was an accident, And I'm going to say that. I don't think nobody intentionally was trying to, you know what I mean? And everybody was kind of like a little lit, But it says Lanez, who is still fighting his conviction for shooting the Houston hottie and subsequently being sentenced to 10 years behind bars, and a press conference, Lanez's legal team have called on California Governor Gary Newsom to issue a pardon to the rapper. Lanez's new legal representation claimed they had been approached by a man named Bradley James, who claimed to be the bodyguard of Kelsey Harris, Meg's former friend, who was a witness to the shooting. So there you go right there. And I'm going to say this. Fun fact, off mode but on mode. When you got federal cases, the president can pardon you. When your stuff is state like this, you have to get the governor to pardon you. And it can be done. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm just saying like that's what it is. So pretty much I think we got the video of the attorney right here speaking and Tory Lanez's dad speaking. I'm going to play just a little bit of it just to see what it is. If it's too long, then pause. I'm going to cut it off. So let me see if I can play it real quick. Y'all bear with the kid. Y'all let me know if audio is okay when I click on this. There's like 2 minutes.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver.
This is
for Ms. Kelsey
Tory's
Harris
attorney
during
to the
Mr.
best of my
Peterson's
knowledge.
trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-conflict disclosure.
My thing is, why didn't he say something to begin? Why wait so long? Because this happened in 2020, right? Tory's been locked down for over a year, I know, right? So, yeah, this happened in 2020. We're in 2025. Why say something 5 years later? Because you're conscious?
Disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement, and was free to speak with Unite the People. and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do.
This is my thing. He said his conscience said that. This is a thing where the attorney said, I got to break this down, right? He said, yeah, he couldn't leave a man in prison for something he did not do. But you should have tried to been saying something or been, you got more vocal a lot more sooner. Why now? You know, he's saying because of conscience, but it's like, dog, it's 5 years later. Tory been, you watch him go through the rigmarole. You know, they lost a lot of sponsorships. You know what I'm saying? And you knew that's what's to come. If this is true, if what this attorney is saying that he was told by the bodyguard.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence,
so was he there or was he a witness to Kelsey telling somebody randomly? Because I don't see Kelsey just openly admitting that to somebody that wasn't there. So I'm assuming he had to be there. I don't know, dog. Slayer says free Diddy. Free Tory, free Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Peterson never
free
shot
Chris
anybody.
Brown.
Never even touched that gun. Never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the...
But was he there? That's my thing. If he overheard her saying it to somebody, that don't mean it's true. Just FYI. It's going to be hard. You got, what's your proof? I'm kind of like Training Day. It's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Point blank, period. And y'all know I'm telling the truth, dog. It's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Where we at real quick? Slayer says, my bad, I meant free Breezy. Diddy can stay. Hey, nah, you got it right the first time, dog. You got it right.
The case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified, he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting.
So
this further iterates.
Who
that
did he
Mr.
see it though?
Peterson
That's my whole thing.
did
If he
not
saw the
shoot Miss
gentleman,
Pete,
I don't know if he saw it or
did
not.
not
That's
shoot
my whole
at Miss
thing.
Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete.
I mean, yeah, was
It's
he a
just
true
another
witness? Is my
irregularity
question.
in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson,
Which was
even though
inconclusive.
unknown DNA was found on the gun.
It was inconclusive.
Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense?
I mean, because they just thought
Why
he did
wasn't
it
the
probably to
driver of
begin
the
with.
car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
I think I saw Tory dad spoke too. So, I mean, the thing is, and that's just that real quick. It was only 2 minutes. That wasn't too bad. But my thing is this. I don't know. Tory them, I don't know. His team, I feel like his lawyer team didn't handle it to the best of their knowledge in the first place. And to be fair, attorneys are very expensive. Tory's already come out and said he was up $200K for that. You know what I mean? And I don't doubt it. And they probably was most likely. I've learned that most attorneys, not all, but a lot of them don't even like going to fucking trial for real. If they can get you to settle, they will, you know? And if Tory deep down knows that he didn't do anything, then I'm pretty sure he's probably screaming at the top of his lungs like, I didn't do it, you know? And they're probably, well, would you take the stand and say who did do it? And that's probably where that could hurt his career too, to speak on it. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but as some people says, who gives a fuck if you didn't do it? Whatever, you know? I don't know. It says, according to Lane's team, James told them that it was Harris who shot Meg and not Lanez. James himself did not speak at the press conference and did not testify during the highly publicized trial. See, he didn't. Lane's lawyers continued with their call for the rapper to be released from prison as a result of his stabbing, though they admitted they had not formally petitioned Governor Newsom. Says Meg attorney Alex Sparrow blasted the press conference saying in a statement, Tory Lanez was tried and convicted by a jury of his peers, and his case was properly adjudicated through the court system. This is not a political matter. This is a case of violent assault that was resolved in a court of law. I mean, he's technically right, but that don't mean they got it right. If that's, you know what I'm saying? I get he's saying a generic answer. I'm not surprised, and I'm not coming at this guy for that at all. Lanez has some bigger issues to deal with this week after he was stabbed 14 times in prison, which led to both of his lungs collapsing. Despite the severity of the attack, Lanez has resumed breathing on his own and is expected to make a full recovery from his injuries, which we know that, which I'm glad to see that Tory is going to make a full recovery for that one. Let me finish this article, then we'll go through all the Diddy stuff to close out for tonight, or at least as much as I can, because I hate to say it, pretty sure by the time I drop this live, it's probably even more information about the Diddy joint. It says, it was revealed that the man suspected of attacking Lanez in the San Antonio castle, a fellow inmate who is currently serving a life sentence for murder. It is not yet known what Castro's motive for the attack might be, but the convict has been placed in restricted housing while investigation into the stabbing takes place. Castro also has a history of violence in his prison, having previously received an additional 6 years on his sentence for assaulting a prisoner with a deadly weapon. He also received an extra 2 years for probation of a deadly weapon, so it's like 6, 7, but you already got life. I said this man don't have his hopes up probably of like, let's come home, you know. And then looks like also too, to close this up, Drake shares a petition to pardon Tory. So I'm assuming if they get so many signatures on it, they will take it to the governor to get it in front of his eyes to at least look at it. I'm not going to say it's going to go down, but yeah. I mean, a lot of people really riding for him. And to be honest, dog, let's just keep it 100. Meg has dropped some stuff since this all went down, but she's been kind of MIA too. Could this possibly mean that it's eating at her conscience too, or she just tired of it and it sucks because nobody really, I'll say this, people are questioning it. You know what I mean? That's my thing. So I don't know. Very interesting for sure. I'm going to say free Tory until, you know, he gets another trial. Give him another shot. I know for a fact that the legal system don't always get it right, in my opinion. You know, I'm going to say is, in my opinion, I'll take the fact part out of there. In my opinion, the legal system don't always get it right, especially when it comes to these type of cases too. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of cases, let's go and transition on to the Diddy joint for like the last like 20 minutes of the live, and then we'll get the party started here. So, I mean, wherever you want to take it, Don Richards testifies that Diddy had threatened people to disappear, to make people disappear back in Cassie's account of abuse. Now, like I said, this is Don Richards. She used to be a part of the Danity Kane group with Aubrey O'Day and them. And then whenever he dismantled the group, he pretty much took her on, another person, and of course, they formed Dirty Money. Again, say what you want to say about Diddy. He's very good at picking good talent. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it what it is. And then Boosie, of course, he's got his 2 cents on it. I'll probably start with Boosie stuff real quick. And then also, a lot of stuff, too, that we didn't know. Keep in mind, Cassie settled out of court with Diddy before all this kind of blew up for $20 million, allegedly, right? Then, apparently, for this tape that we just found out, she settled with the hotel footage instead. Like, for them, like, that assault video, they paid her $10 million. You know what I mean? So, that's after receiving $20 million. Cassie's been getting banked. She's gotten $30 million, dog. I'm pretty sure that's probably more banked than her husband, for real, for real. I don't know. But I mean, yeah. And she's pregnant, too. I feel bad that she had to go on trial and do this while pregnant, too. So, I mean, a lot of it. And to be honest, this guy is a former trainer. So, I feel like, to be honest, who's the real breadwinner here? It's rhetorical. I don't know. But that's just a question I got, for real. But anyway, let's see what Boosie's talking about, and then we'll cover the rest of the stuff real quick, and then we'll close out for the last 20 minutes. It says, Boosie accused Cassie and husband of deceiving Diddy, take down a woman scorned is a dangerous motherfucker. This is true. You don't hurt, if you can help it, don't hurt ladies, man, because some ladies will get you back in another way. You know what I'm saying? It says, Boosie claims the spouses mastermind a takedown of the music mogul. All right, Boosie, you don't know that for sure, but I do want to entertain it because some tells me this is gonna be in a Vlad interview within the next week or so. I mean, he's a regular on Vlad's show. Boosie Badass dropped more baseless conspiracies regarding Cassie and her husband Alex Fine, devising a legal plot against Diddy. Cassandra Cassie Ventura, who's been a key witness in the United States versus Diddy trial, dated the music mogul from 2007 to 2018, marrying Fine in the following year, says throughout the trial, a second week, Ventura testified with shocking allegations about her ex-boyfriend, including accusing of grooming of her to participate in freak-offs. The singer and mogul, who is pregnant with her third child, claimed that she was occasionally forced to be in a strenuous X sessions, I'm saying that for YouTube, with escorts, sometimes with who had UTIs. When she had UTIs. This is my thing. Again, that's that, but at the same time, there's also footage and text messages of her floating around where she was geeking over the shit too. I'm not saying that she wasn't forced to do that either, but it's gonna be hard to prove that. But it does bring up the reasonable doubt for me. I don't know because I wasn't there. It says Fine attended the trial to support his wife, but on Sunday, May 18th, Boosie widely alleged that the couple are conspiring against the Bad Boy Records founder. Diddy faces a maximum life sentence on charges of the trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Boosie previously claimed that Ventura enjoyed the Wild X parties and defended the Bad Boy Entertainment founder for being a freak. I mean, they definitely was on some freaky stuff. I've heard some of the stuff that they had going down, and I'm not gonna sit. I don't want to repeat any of it, but like me, and it's me and my boo. I mean, even if I was to do some wild stuff with my boo, like the stuff that they said that they were doing, that's the last thing that would ever cross my mind. I'll leave it right there. It says, I think Cassie and her husband masterminded the takedown of Diddy and his money. The Baton Rouge rapper tweeted, I think her husband had been trying to get her to do this for years to Diddy, but she didn't want to do it because she knew what would come of it. I mean, that is a valid, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So this is Boosie getting on Twitter because I don't think Boosie, they let him really be active on Instagram anymore. He says, I think Cassie and her husband, we read that part. It says, then as a couple, y'all become broke. Let's see, now the plot becomes realer by the month. I think the last straw was the Diddy and Carisha relationship when she saw Carisha with that sign supporting her man that awards that did it. A woman scorned is a dangerous, evil MFer. Yeah, I said it. So Diddy owned up on this, and he brought this off on the 18th. So yeah, this was literally just yesterday. So this is Diddy going off, dog. I mean, no, this is Boosie going off. And again, he has his right to his opinion. I mean, I don't know if any of it is true. But then there's also this audio to kind of back up this situation too. And I'm not saying any of this is true, but it says Diddy's team plays audio of Cassie threatening to kill a man who said he had a freak off video. So she clearly, I mean, I'm not going to say she knew about this, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know how dirty they got, but again, man, my thing, I'm not with the camera shit, you know what I'm saying? It's to each their own for what you're going to do in the bedroom. But like, yo, I don't know, man. It's going to be, the thing is, I think is now is like, this is my thing. They keep bringing up the abusive shit, but it's really about sex at the end of the day. And I'm like, if these people were consensual to the shit, then it is what it is. Like my thing, when we get on this Don Richards testifying joint about her seeing him hit Cassie, the attorneys and stuff are, yes, we are aware, but that's not what this case is about. And that's going to be the hard part that I think really, right? And I was talking to some family members of mine yesterday. That's the biggest thing. The freaky shit seems like everybody knew what's up. My thing is this, if you went more than one time, are you really being forced? You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, fuck it. You just go. If you really don't, I don't know. I don't know. It just makes me think. I'm not saying these are questions. I don't know what's real and what's not. But that's my thing. If you go more than one time, are you really into it, or you just feel like you have to go because you're that scared of this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yeah, that is very interesting too. But apparently Cassie has testified that Diddy threatened to release exclusive videos of her as blackmail. This is my thing. I don't think he would do. I don't know if it's true or not, but my thing is this: if anybody's looking like a disgusting mother trucker right now, it's him, because the stuff they said that he was doing, like, no disrespect, dog. If me and my boo in a relationship, the last thing I'm finna do is watch her mess with somebody else and thinking I'm still finna be around. And I'm not saying Diddy not into that, but this is my thing. I don't want to do no, like, me, all I need is one of me and that partner. You know what I'm saying? However you get down. Like, anything else, dog, I wouldn't do that. Especially, I'm good. Nope. I was going to say something, but I got to keep in mind that I'm on YouTube. But yeah, I'm good. No, thank you. So I don't know why he would threaten to release that, because it really would point him out to be more, it would hurt him more than her, probably. You know what I'm saying? It would hurt her too, but he would get affected as well. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this was supposed to be a mutual act. You know what I mean? And it says, during a cross-examination of Cassie at Diddy's X trial and racketeering trial, attorneys for the disgraced Bad Boy record founder played audio of her threatening to kill a man after he implied he saw an exclusive video of her in 2014. Long Beach is laughing his ass off. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. As reported, the New York Times is an independent journalist, Matthew Russell, defense attorney Anna Avelto, played audio for the jury of Cassie arguing with the man after he implied he saw an explicit video of her. If you saw a video of someone effing me, who was effing me? She said in a clip, to which she said he didn't show her the video because it would be disrespectful. If you don't show me, I'll kill you, cut you up. I mean, that's could just be like, that don't mean she meant it. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, Cassie. I don't see her being that, but I don't know. And rumors too floating around. I don't know, because everything is being bought on this and we're all watching from the outside looking in, because cameras aren't allowed in there, by the way. But I was going to say, they're saying that she was abusive to Diddy as well. I don't know if it's true or not. Polo trying to censor himself. Man, hey, look, YouTube, yeah, you got to be careful. And I don't want to, hey, look, I don't want to offend nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. It says, in the audio, she continued to confront the man who is alleged to be an escort named Shujut. Holy shit, bro. Where did he get these names? It says, I will effing kill you. I've never killed anyone in my life. I'm going to F you up, she said. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. I'm not playing with you. Tell me before playing the audio. And it said that it's from the time that Diddy told Cassie to go get the video she heard about. Interesting. So, again, this is a guy that's been kind of reporting on Twitter. I don't know if any of this is true, but it is interesting. It says, when asked if this was her in the audio, she confirmed it was. So, I mean, she said it. Now, whether she meant it or not, different ball game. Also, this is my thing too. Could they possibly, if they could prove that she's just as much as involved as Diddy was, could she eventually get added to the charges and get her own separate case too? I mean, because now unless she's been granted immunity. If she's been granted immunity, probably so. I don't think anybody's said or confirmed or put it out there. I'm assuming she probably has, because looks like the main person they want is Diddy. I mean, because he's really the only one on trial. It's him against everybody right now. And I will say this, I don't see how his kids have been able to just sit there and do it, but his kids are pretty much grown. I think his daughters had prom this week or last week, so they wasn't probably in trial or something like that. But I think Diddy's got his family life under control, man. So, you know what I'm saying? At least to the best of his ability that he can do it, you know? Where we at real quick, let me read the rest of this article. It says, when asked if her was an audio, she said yes. Cassie was also asked if she believed another escort named Jonathan Aldi recorded a video of one of their actual encounters, and I'm saying that for YouTube purposes. She confirmed that Diddy expressed the concern about the video being released and that she didn't trust Aldi What did Diddy say when you told him you thought Mr. Audie was recording? The attorney said he'd take care of it. Cassie replied. Diddy's legal team replied the audio is argued that he wasn't using the explicit videos of her as blackmail and worked together to block any potential release of such matters. During her testimony, she alleged that Diddy would record their X sessions and escorts her hired and would use the footage as blackmail against her. My thing is this is my thing, dog. No disrespect. It just sounds like some freaky shit. But in my opinion, allegedly, this is my thing. Even if I if I was in a relationship and me and the girl was chilling, I'm like, you know what? Which is weird to me, right? I tell the chick we were chilling, right? I want to get somebody. I want you to pick out a male escort. We're gonna pay him, and I just want to sit back and watch you. Like, no, I will not watch my girl get piped down. No, that's just me though. That ain't like I actually, ironically, probably off mode, on mode, but I had somebody I had talked to like a long time ago, and they were like, "Yo, I'm in a relationship, but they don't mind me messing around. As long as I record it so they can watch." I'm like, "Oh hell no!" I refuse. I walked away from that shit. I'm like, "That's disgusting." I'm like, "No, I don't know who this dude is. This and the third, and I'm supposed to like let you record us." And like, nah, I'm good, bro. Again, to each your own, because there are some people that's into that shit. It's different. It's different, but I mean, I'm gonna say it for myself. I do not want to see my boo getting knocked down by somebody else. I hate the fact that when I was talking to somebody and we took a break and then they came back and like you could tell they had been involved with somebody, I just didn't talk about it. I mean, we said our piece with the shit, but I didn't. The last thing I asked for is details. I don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? If we was on a break, it is what it is. I'm gonna forgive you, but bro, yeah. I'm gonna say I feared for my career. She testified. I feared for my family. She also alleged that during one of the final in-person interactions in August in 2018, he awed her in the living room, and I'm saying that purpose for YouTube. I just remember crying and saying no, but it was very fast, she said. Interesting. I don't know if that's true or not too, but why did she call the police or say something to somebody, man? That's my thing. And I'm not saying, maybe she really was scared. So again, I'm not gonna sit here and say that. Let's go to Don Richards' joint for like the last little bit of this, because she's the latest one that's been on trial, or been on a stand per se talking about this. But that's my whole thing with the Cassie shit. Not saying it's not true, but did he? And I'm not saying he didn't, but did he have her that scared where she felt like she couldn't go to somebody or something? Where we are real quick, Long Beach says, laugh my ass off. Some people are into some different things. Yeah, hey, you right. You right. I mean, you right. That's different for me. Me personally, no. If I'm in a relationship or even if I'm just talking to somebody, even if we don't got a title, like, I don't want to hear about your other encounters, man. When we chilling, we chilling. Like, the last thing I need to do is bring another motherfucker in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's just me and that person, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But let's transition to Don Richards real quick. Testimony, and then we will wrap things up here for the night because I think we pretty much covered it all. I'm going to be on the joint for like roughly like another 5, 6, 7 minutes or so. It says Don Richards testifies Diddy threatened to make people disappear, back Cassie's account of abuse. No, Cassie, my bad. I don't know why I said it like that. But anyway, she testified that he would tell her that people could go missing if he didn't get his way. And this is on May 19th. Don't know if it's true or not. It says, former Identity King member Don Richards testified during Diddy's ex-trafficking and racketeering trial that the disgraced bad boy, I'm tired of them using that. We don't know. He hasn't been found guilty of anything, so I'm not going to try to read that anymore. It says founder would threaten to make people go missing if he didn't get his way. As reported by independent reporter Matthew Russell Lee of Inner City Press, Don Richard testified in Diddy's ongoing case for the second time on Monday, May 19th. She was asked to expand on some of her statements, including one in which she mentioned that Diddy told her that people could go missing. Asked how she interpreted that statement, she said that people could die. I mean, to be honest though, how she interpreted it and how he meant it, totally two different things. Has Diddy been ever found guilty of a murder? Has he been in some situation with some shootings and this and that third? But long story short, that stuff was acquitted to the best of my knowledge. My thing is this: I can say that all the time, but that don't mean that it's true. You know what I mean? So that's something his attorneys are gonna have to pick apart. Says she was also asked what she absorbed regarding Diddy's relationship with Cassie. He would drag her and kick her and punching her in the mouth, she said, adding that the alleged attacks of the violence were prompted by her speaking up for herself. Don Richards testified that multiple security guards witnessed some of these attacks. She also said that Cassie once wore sunglasses in public to avoid showing bruises, so she wore sunglasses alongside her in solidarity. Why didn't you say, this is my thing, two women, none of y'all ain't gonna say nothing, you know what's going on, you just letting it go down, and you saying you want to blame it on the quote unquote security? Sounds like everybody's a witness to the accomplice here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all letting it go down. I mean, that's just my thought process on that too. But maybe they were scared too. But this is my thing. This one guy, you got security. This is my thing. I'm assuming the guys don't hire security that they know they can't beat them up. You know what I'm saying? If you see that going down, they could have easily stepped in and beat the shit out of them. You know? I mean, that's my thing. And yeah, you're not going to get paid and you're about to lose your job. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're about mores and you're trying to do the right thing, that's where it steps in. That's where it comes into play. And this is a quote, says, I asked myself if he did that to someone he supposedly loved, what would he do to an employee, said Richards, who was signed to Diddy during her time with Danny Kane. So I'd approach Mr. Combs with softness. She was asked if she ever tried to intervene and replied, no, for my own safety. Other questions prosecutors asked her included if she ever saw him using drugs, which she confirmed, and she ever saw him use guns. She says she saw him with handguns. Says her contact with him after Danny Kane came to an end as sporadic, but she admitted she would contact him occasionally for business reasons. But she was also part of this is my thing. This is where I can debunk this too. She was part of that Dirty Money joint. They did an album. They did at least one album. So it may have come abrupt, but he kept working with you. You know what I'm saying? But she said she did business opportunities, and maybe that was just like a quick business deal. Says Don Richards testified last week about the abusive behavior she witnessed during Diddy's relationship with Cassie. She recalled one incident in which he alleged tried to hit Cassie in the head with a skillet with eggs in it, to which she responded by dropping to the floor in a fetal position. I was scared for her and scared to do anything. I was scared, and if I intervened, I might get worse, Richards said. Don Richards filed a lawsuit against Diddy last year, alleged harassment and sexual abuse. Let's see. She said that she was inspired to speak up after Cassie filed a lawsuit in which she accused him of years of abusive behavior, sexual misconduct. He denied the allegations and accused her of trying to free promo for her recent released album. I'm gonna say this. This is my thing. Why not have your own courage to speak up? You know, that's my thing too. That's a question. That's just a question. Like, why not speak up if you feel like this is something that's wrong? You know what I'm saying? And this is not just at Dunn. This is all the people that's finally starting to quote unquote speak up. You know what I'm saying? Because now they done got some mainstream. Now y'all got courage. Again, I'm not taking up for Diddy or anybody here. I'm putting myself back on the main screen. But it's just questions you got to ask yourself. Like, this is my thing. Most people I know, when it goes down, some people will put it off and just let it go. But I mean, you wait so long, but you want to do a civil suit when you should have did a criminal suit. Now he's going up against criminal charges and you want to be a part of the show. You know? And then this is my thing too. I hope Diddy's defense is gonna ask a question. I'm like, well, if you felt this need about him, why did you continue to do business with him? Because she said out of her own mouth she would contact him for business opportunities. She even got on the group with that Dirty Money. You know, all these are questions that you gotta ask. And this is my thing. How I just asked, it's got to be a little bit more baiting her in to get her caught up. Like that's where the prosecutions, the professionals come into play. How I just asked those two questions, they could easily build that up into like 10 or 15 questions, get her ass comfortable, and then boom, shabam. I don't know. But that's also something just how it kind of goes, man. That's why I say, like, to be honest, it's why a lot of attorneys say, like, to be honest, like in Diddy's situation, like, don't speak until the shit's all over, dog. Just shut the fuck up. Because if you take the stand, that's the thing. It's hard to train somebody on how to answer questions from pretty much the prosecution. Because they're not just going to be like, what's your name, date of birth, and did you do it? And you're going to be like, no, all right, dismissed. No, it's not like that. They're going to bait them up on all this stuff, depending on to be this monster, you know what I mean? And maybe he may be, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, to be honest, that's why a lot of people don't take the stand, because can you, like, of course, when your team asks you questions, you're going to be straight, because they're not going to ask you questions that set you the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, O.J. Simpson didn't take the fucking stand either. You know what I'm saying? It's just best to shut the fuck up, let your attorneys do all the damn work because you're paying them, and call it a fucking day. And that's probably why Tory did what he did, and probably what Diddy's not probably going to take the stand. You know, this Young Thug didn't speak until after they settled the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he was going to speak anyway. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, I got myself back on the main screen. I've been on this joint for like an hour. And let's go and wrap things up for the night, man. Definitely a long day for the kid. We covered the Diddy trial updates. Don Richards is up on the stand now. Cassie's officially done. Was Friday. Again, I just pray that whatever it is, true justice is served. If Diddy did it, he did it. If he didn't, and free that man and what have you. Long Beach says that's true. Polo, most definitely. Also, we covered Chris Brown. He is currently being locked up in the UK. So hopefully within the next month, he is a free man and able to get back on a tour. I'm going to just say this. I'm assuming he probably didn't know he had something outstanding over there. He went back over there. I don't care what nobody say. Like, everybody about it. But ain't no point. He don't have no reason. He can get it over here. You know what I'm saying? He can get the bread over here. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted, I get it. He trying to get, he got a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 kids. And then also, we also talked about Tory Lanez being stabbed 14 times. And hopefully he's trying to get a pardon from the governor. And he's also trying to get, if he can't get that, get another retrial. You know what I'm saying? So if Tory didn't do it, free that man. But we'll have to see how that comes. So pretty much, man, let's wrap things up for the night. Been on this joint for like an hour and 2 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Y'all definitely smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones. And what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trying hauls. And y'all know this is Music Monday. I'll be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. But until then, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't done so already, again, my name is Jeremy Jones. And yeah, I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember.